So we're going to be discussing Trump's recent executive order being a travel ban on several majority Muslim countries. So this ban has been widely referred to as a ban specifically on Muslims, but it's been mentioned that this ban does not particularly mean to target the religion of Islam. President Trump says, quote, "This is not about religion, this is about terror and keeping our country safe. There are over 40 different countries worldwide that are majority Muslim that are not affected by this order," unquote. Clearly, many all over the country and world disagree with that statement. According to the Obama administration, the regions banned are suspected of being a, quote, "source of terror," unquote, which was used as a reasoning for a temporary ban on refugees coming from Libya, Sudan, Yemen, Somalia, Iran, Iraq, and Syria. This order was blocked, however, and ultimately dismantled by Judge James Robart. His ruling stated that, quote, "Trump's ban does not allow anyone to travel to the U.S. Travelers from the 7 listed countries must have valid green cards or visas to gain entry." The new order halts entry to the U.S. from all mentioned countries except Iraq, unless they already have visas, therefore blocking people from obtaining visas from those countries to come to the United States. However, this new order was also blocked. Moving on to the articles, we focused on 2 articles published on CNN, one of them being "Trump Refugee Ban Bringing Religious Space Together" by Bruce Feiler, and "Religious Leaders Condemn Trump's Immigration Order, But Who's Listening" by Daniel Burke. So religious leaders from several different religions in the United States have spoken up about the balancing act between compassion for the stranger and security for our citizens. One particularly Christian leader mentioned he does not want his brethren to have special treatment, and he wants people to recognize that the Bible has many examples of one faith helping another. These religious leaders recognize that refusing those in need due to protecting ourselves when those in need are in obvious danger is not really what all of their religions are particularly about. One reverend says, quote, "It's about the opposite. It's about helping the stranger even if it carries more risk," unquote. With all of the support, some statistics say only about half of some religious groups in the United States support the entrance and acceptance of refugees. However, I feel as though a lot of that can be connected back to the media, putting stories out about the Muslim community and Islam as a religion that scare the public, and therefore it turns into a form of hate and refusal to accept them without really knowing the truth about the culture and religion itself. At the same time, CNN is calling the backlash to the travel ban, quote, "the biggest boon to interfaith relations in decades," unquote. You can see the support for the refugees from the countries with the ban on it all over the country. From protests to large gatherings to have a mass in support of Muslim refugees, many of these people are supporting a religion and culture that doesn't even belong to them, which is, quote, "relatively unheard of in the long history of religion," unquote. This is a rather beautiful thing to see so many come together despite their religious beliefs and differences. Many of these protesters are holding signs saying, quote, "Today we are all Muslim," unquote, and, quote, "Jesus was a refugee too," unquote. As a group, we feel as though Berger's ideologies could be seen in this particular situation in the news today. His idea that religion basically provides a shield against terror and chaos can be applied in the sense that many people are looking to their religions to explain why or why not this travel ban should or shouldn't exist. We also want to point out the social conflict and cohesion at work in this situation. There's a clear conflict from the United States against the Muslim community in the world. However, it's clear that this conflict is providing a more social cohesion not only within the Muslim community itself, but with other religions and groups of people as well. Finally, we'd like to mention that civil religion seems to play a role here as well. It's well known that this country is literally based on immigration, and that's how this country sort of came to be. It's mentioned by many as well that Jesus was an immigrant. Therefore, sort of who are we, the people of the United States of America, who pride ourselves in the ability to lend a hand, deny these immigrants from majority Muslim countries in dire need of assistance the help that they need and that we actually have available. A huge symbol of our country being the Statue of Liberty, with a quote on it saying, quote, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door," unquote. How can we, as a country, have pride in that statue and call it a symbol of our country, a part of our civil religion, basically, if we don't live up to it? Thanks for listening, everyone.